let's go on a journey of self-discovery. No, I'm sharing my story on my biggest bulk wholesale order ever, and it happened through Faire. It was exhausting. It was exciting, more exciting, but in the moment felt more exhausting. It was nerve-wracking. It was all the things, all the feelings. For a backstory, I'm a solopreneur. I am a graphic designer, illustrator, author, but I'm also a small business owner of Zuri and Dre. I sell plushies. You can actually see some of them. And so this bulk order was for the plushies, as well as cushions. Plushies. They're all plush. You know what I mean? So I'm still relatively new on Faire. I've had 2 orders, including this really, really big one. So 2 orders in total. That's the only experience I've had on Faire. In regards to bulk or wholesale in general, I have had small businesses like mom and pop shops who did carry my products, as well as Indigo. If you're from Canada, you know Indigo. It's very similar to essentially Barnes and Nobles. That's our Barnes and Nobles. So I did have the dolls on Indigo at one point on their website, but it was only online, so it wasn't in store. So I do have experience with bulk orders. They're all been a little bit different. I signed up on Faire in 2022, and I originally just had 2 of my dolls, so the Zuri doll and the Dre doll, as well as cushions. I got accepted, made the account, and that was it. I kind of just let it sit there. I didn't really do anything in relation to marketing or telling people about it. It was really like, they're going to come to me, right? And they kind of didn't. Once I was on Faire, that was kind of pretty much it. And then late last year, mid last year, I actually had a reach out for my cushions, and that was my first official order on Faire. So in 2024, and they ordered 20 cushions, and it was just the Zuri cushions. And I had a bit of an issue with fixing up my account because I had set up my account, but it wasn't fully set up. The whole banking situation was an issue, like because I'm in Canada and you have to have a US bank account. I don't have a US. Anyways, that was a thing. So there was a little bit of a delay. I did reach out to the retailer to let them know, and they were still interested in receiving the order. So I shipped it out, and that was great. This current order that we're talking about actually started in 2022. So I made my account in 2022. We started having a conversation on the Faire like inbox. They reached out to me. And so that conversation started. We had some regular emails as well so they can share more about their organization. And that was kind of it, kind of like sat there for a bit, the conversation. It kind of was in limbo. But then it came back up again in 2023 and then in 2024. So we've been talking, I guess, for about 2 years on and off. Sounds like a relationship. Oh my gosh, what is that? Okay, so we've been talking or chatting or discussing potential orders or potential products to order and talking about the organization since 2022. And the first order actually came in at the end of 2024. So we're in it for the long haul. Because of this really big order, I ended up adding like the majority of my products to Faire because I was like, hey, if this is something that could be long term and a lot more fruitful, like why not? So I added a lot more of my products. So I have dolls, I have the cushions, of course, but then I also have like coloring books, I have keychains, I have pins, I have stickers. So I have a lot more products related to the dolls as well. I mean, the brand itself started because of coloring books, so I've added that to Faire now. And hopefully that will generate more income, more orders. Of course, I do have to market it as well. But because of this really big order, I decided to add more products to Faire. In relation to the big order, so it's all going to technically one organization, but 2 warehouses. So they ordered a total of 560 items or 60 units, 560 units going to 2 warehouses. So 280 a piece. Holy cow. I essentially kind of got rid of majority of my inventory, which is great, but they ordered majority dolls for both locations as well as cushions for both locations. Literally the biggest order of my brand's existence. No big deal. But I'm a solopreneur and I am based in my apartment. This is my office in my apartment. I don't have a warehouse. I don't have a fulfillment center. I am the fulfillment center. She is me. So I have storage units. I have this office. I had stuff scattered around the apartment. Shout out to my partner for dealing with the craziness and the mess. 560 pieces, 280 per location. Multiple boxes, but let me show you. Like a week or so before Christmas. So it's madness out here, but we're going into Canadian Tire to look for 3 things. Clear garbage bags, which are going to help for the huge bulk order that I'm packaging, as well as maybe a Christmas tree if the sales make sense, and maybe a gift for my mom for Christmas. Okay, we got our bags. We have dolls here. Now it is time for me to figure out what to do. So, for context, I have a bulk order from Faire. This is my second order ever, and it's also my biggest order ever in regards to bulk. So, yeah, we have a lot of things to package up, like a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. So just for context, we have these things. I'm just going to block out like the sellers or the retailers information. So yeah, so we have all these, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 products here. 10 products here because they have 2 different like warehouses that they're going to be shipping these to. It's all the same products for each. And the minimum order for each product is 20. So I've also written it down bigger for myself like this. These sheets are what I'm using for myself just to make it easier for me to package everything. But I'm of course going to print out like another set of these sheets and put them in the final boxes. But yeah, so ideally what they wanted was for me to package up the dolls in their own bag. So individually, the dolls come in their own bags, but they wanted me to package each doll like in their set of 20 in a bag, or in a box, whichever made the most sense. For me, what makes the most sense is a bag. So just in order to be able to separate like each style of doll, so that way when they get to the warehouse, it's a little less confusing. And then on each bag, I'm going to put like the barcode because each doll, for the most part, there's one doll that doesn't have a barcode, but each doll has their own barcode. And this is like a UPC barcode. So not just like a Shopify barcode, but something that if I went to a store, they could scan this and it would work. And it's like my own custom barcode. So each one has a barcode, and so I'm also going to print out just on my shipping label printer, just at 4x6 size, I'm going to print out like a big version of the barcode as well as like the name of the doll and maybe even a picture on it, just so that way when they're at the warehouse, it's a lot easier for them to figure out like what's what. So to make the most sense of all of this and for me to figure out how to package it all, what I'm probably going to do is just pack up the dolls because it's either dolls or cushions. So I sell cushions as well. They don't really do that well. I also don't advertise them as much as I should. But anyways, so what I'm going to do, just to make my life easier, just because I'm a little overwhelmed and this is kind of terrifying but exciting at the same time, I'm going to package up each set that's required. So like, let's say for the Amara doll, I need 20, right? So I'm going to just package up 20 in each bag. I need 2 sets of those. And I'm going to do all that throughout the list. And then once I have all the packages, and then once I've eventually put the labels on, then I'm going to worry about putting them in boxes. Hopefully, I can get to a minimum of like 3 to 4 boxes per warehouse. We'll see how it goes. Luckily, these products are soft, so it'll be easy to kind of like push them in. But at the same time, like, of course, the size of the box is going to make a difference. The weight of the box is a factor. And yeah, so that's the plan. Package up each doll into their respective sets. And then put the stickers on with the barcode, the name of the doll, and even a picture of the doll. And then also, once we're at the end, package up those sets of dolls or cushions into their respective boxes. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful, like beyond grateful. This is a huge order because with this order, I'm able to purchase more products because some of them are sold out. So one of my dolls is actually sold out, Serena. So after this order, she sold out. So this essentially is taking up my remaining inventory for Serena. So yeah, very excited, very grateful, but a little overwhelmed because like I don't have a warehouse. I'm not in a very big space. Like I use my apartment. I have storage units, yes, but like the logistics of all of it is a little terrifying and scary. So I'm definitely a little scared. But if I do it in the steps, like package each set, put stickers on, and deal with the boxes like third step. And then, of course, the shipping information, all that stuff. I work it in steps. Hopefully, it'll be easier for me. But I'm nervous. Okay, so step 1. Package up the dolls in their respective sets.
What?
I need as much space as I can get. So I brought the table up, which also helps with space for the chair. Chair's moved in. Whew. Y'all, let's do this. I am nervous. I don't want to mess this up. I also want to be able to have more wholesale orders in the future. I think I want to focus a lot in 2025 on getting more wholesale orders. But whoa. So I have my Serena dolls here in this box. And this box holds about 50, right? But what I'm going to do is I have really big boxes, actually like this one. Those big boxes I originally got my dolls in like years ago, and they're massive. And I still have a whole bunch of them downstairs with dolls and stuff in them as well. So I'm probably going to use the bigger boxes. But I know in this small box with the Serena dolls, there are exactly 40 because this is literally all I have left. So I'm going to start with this because this makes the most sense. I have to go to my storage unit. I have to go to my other storage unit, and it's all in the same building, luckily. And then I also have to go to my mom, who also has her spare room, which is another storage unit for me. So I have to grab from a whole bunch of places, but that's why I want to focus on the ones that I have here in my office/apartment. And then what I don't have, I'll continue with after I've finalized and packed as many as I can pack now and here. This is Serena. This is the one that is officially sold out after this bulk order. She has been a very popular one. Normally it's Zuri who's popular. And then now that I have new dolls, I have Serena, who's like probably up to par with Zuri. Maybe even more. It's just I have more Zuri dolls in stock because she's new. So I didn't order too many at once. And then Erica. She's probably the number 3. So I would say those are the top 3. Zuri, Serena, and Erica. Yeah. So I have no more of her after this. So I obviously have like my samples and stuff, but I have no more to sell to the public after this. So what I did was I just took out 20 because I know that this box specifically has just 40. So I just took out 20 so I can easily kind of figure out, okay, how am I going to package these dolls to save as much space as possible and pack them neatly, of course. And so I'm going to do that, pack the 20 that's in this box, and then take another bag, pack another 20, etc., etc. I'm probably not going to talk to you guys throughout this whole process. It's probably going to be a time lapse, let's be honest, but kind of just walking you through what's going on in my head right now. Things will probably change, but that's what's happening right now. I don't know how to close them. How do I close the bags? No? Like, I'm gonna put some tape. Like, how do I close this? We're learning together, y'all. We're truly learning together because I have no idea what I'm doing. It'd be great if I had vacuum sealed bags, but that's not an option right now. So, yeah. My cushions, however, are vacuum sealed, so that will help. But, yeah. So our first 20 for each warehouse is packed. Eek. So what I'm probably going to do when it's time to like actually pack them, I'll probably put like a little hole in the big bag just to be able to take out a little bit more air to kind of condense it as much as possible. But we got our 2 bags without the labels on them done. Yeah, so next is gathering the dolls from all the other styles, all the other dolls, and pack them in their 20s as much as I possibly can based off of what I have here. And then we'll just take it one step at a time because that's all we could do. But before we do that, we have to check things off. My favorite part of to-do lists or lists in general is being able to check things off. It got hot, so sweater's off. What I'm thinking of doing is using this empty bin to be able to count the items I'm putting into a bag. So I have dolls. I have dolls there. I have dolls there. And I have more dolls out there. So I'm going to gather as many as I can for at least one style of doll per warehouse if possible, and then go from there. Yeah.
When it goes like this, it goes at an angle, like a camera, like
The ones that follow you?
yeah.
Oh. This is my first storage space stop at my mom's. She put up an elementary school pic on the wall for motivation because deep down, this whole business is a love letter to younger me. I have a few different products here, my planters, microfiber beach towels, and the newest dolls, Trey, Serena, Yara, Erica, and a new batch of Zuri dolls.
Deuce high, take me on a moon ride. Maybe when the moon's right, we can just see what's in this side. Who you gonna be like? Wish that I could rewind just so I can see what's clear. Past tense, what you wanna steal, you know you past ten. Claiming that you good, but okay. I'll play. Party and poppin', won't stop and that be your escape. If there's some.
So I packed up a whole bunch off camera just because I needed focus. But I still have 3 dolls that need to be packed up and 2 cushions for each warehouse. And I have to get those dolls from the storage units. So I packed up most, and this is what it's looking like so far. I still have Dre, Kai, and Zuri dolls to pack up. And then I have the Zuri cushion and Dre cushion. So I'll show you what I've done so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has 2 packs in it. There's 1 pack here, and then 1, 2, and 3. So I'm gonna go to the storage, get more boxes of dolls, and probably just like end it for tonight. I have today's the 14th. I have until the 20th in order to ship it out. So I still have like quite a few days to like finish everything. Today's Saturday. I have to ship it out by Friday. So I'm going to probably just get the products and bring them upstairs just so I can have them. And tomorrow I'm kind of busy throughout the day, but I'll probably still be able to pack a few in the evening tomorrow. And then hopefully I can finish up packing everything on Monday if not Tuesday. And my goal is to ship it out by like Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is the last day to ship it, but ideally I want to ship it a day or two before. Yeah, so we're getting there. I feel less nervous about it all. And I'm still nervous about the whole shipping situation and all the boxes and pickup and everything, but I'll do that through Faire and I'll figure that out. I've done one Faire order before, so the concept isn't new to me. It's just this many products going out at once is new to me. So we'll see how that goes. But time for storage, and then we're packing it up for tonight.
Another to the head is unusual. Throwing fights, can't ever attract to control by the licks inside. That's the thing that
Note to self, pick a workout when you have to pack a big order like this, because I feel like my Apple Watch didn't record as much as I'd like it to, and I did a lot more than I think it recorded. Looking back at this footage, I'm like, wow. No wonder I was exhausted during my holiday break. I was climbing up and down boxes like a jungle gym. It was crazy. At this point, I'm super exhausted, but this took up so much of my physical and mental well-being. Based on these orders, I reached out to my manufacturer and I asked if we could adjust how the dolls are packed. Normally, depending on the doll, they're packed in boxes of 40 or 50, but going forward, they're going to be in sets of 20 when I receive them because no one wants to go through that again. In Faire, I have it so that they're sold in sets of 20, so it just makes sense that they should be sent to me in sets of 20. You know what I mean? Out of this whole process, pickup was the easiest part. I used the pickup option on Faire with FedEx, and I did have to bring the boxes, these huge boxes, downstairs to the lobby to meet with the truck driver in the front. But based on everything we'd gone through, this was a piece of cake. And my partner was able to help me with this, so he helped me bring some of the boxes down as well. Since I split the pickups, I had a few days between each, which meant my office was just chaos, like absolute chaos. I was stuck to the desk, really close up, tons of stuff behind me. Every time I walked in the office, I was just overwhelmed. So those few days were a little hard, but we got through it. We got through it. For the second part of the order, going to the second warehouse, I ended up finishing packing up everything and getting ready and putting it onto Faire through the FedEx portal section a little bit after midnight on the last day of shipment, which was a Friday, December 20th. And so Faire/FedEx only allows pickup based off of the next business day. So I was a little freaked out. I reached out to the organization. I mentioned it to them. I said I was going to try to see if FedEx can do it differently. I can't bring the items myself to a FedEx location just because there's so many boxes and I would have to probably do 4 trips. So that wasn't really an option because the boxes are so large. So they were okay with me actually shipping it out the Monday. I updated the information on Faire to say that was going to be the ship date. And they were okay with it. So I just packed up the boxes at the door and then FedEx came on the Monday. The last pickup was, of course, the easiest. That means everything was done, less stress. Of course, there's still the worry of making sure they get there on time and get there in one piece and all the boxes arrive to their locations. But big shout out to my delivery driver, who was the same person who picked up both shipments, and he was the nicest guy. Oh, you want to be in it? Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. Holy cow, that was a lot. Physically, emotionally, mentally, all the leaves. It was so much. So grateful, so blessed, but holy cow, was it a lot. So let's kind of go over things I've learned, things I'm going to do going forward, and what are my next steps with Faire. The reason why this was so time-consuming and nerve-wracking, not just because I was packing all the stuff myself, but the stuff was packed, or my products are packed in sets of 50, so that's a thing. They're scattered amongst different storages, that's another thing. I have limited space in my apartment. That's another thing. But it was also the timing of it all. Like, very grateful for it. But at the same time, it was like at the worst possible time of the year. So it was the end of December. I take off 2 weeks for like the holidays. Like, I'm a teacher, but I'm not a teacher. But I take 2 weeks off like I'm a teacher. Anyways, I'm a freelancer as well as a small business owner, right? So I have client work. And because I take off those 2 weeks, I have to get things done before. So my last day of work was technically also December 20th. But I ended up having to do some work on the Monday. I think that was like the 23rd. I just couldn't get everything done. And it was okay because of this shipment. And then I was also doing client work. And then on top of that, on the 19th, I had a reading to an elementary school class. So I had freelance work. I had the reading. I was packing up these boxes. And it was just crazy. Timing of it all was nuts. So that was definitely a factor in me being a little bit late for one of the shipments. Very grateful that the organization was okay with me like delaying it for one day, but it was nuts. Some of the challenges I mentioned before, I also had to go and get more clear bags. So I had to put that into my schedule, having to go buy them. It's not far, but of course, like just the mental capacity of it all was like, okay, I gotta go do that. I gotta do this. I have to do that. So challenges were definitely, of course, the orientation of it all and the logistics of it all, but also the timing. And then I just had to go get more clear bags. So that added a little bit more time to things. So that was definitely a factor as well. Other challenges during the process after I shipped everything out, I did have FedEx reach out to me because there were some issues with customs in regards to the cushions. So all the information of like the HS code, so that's just like the code to say like what each item is. That was all that information was there. But the cushions needed a little bit more information apparently. They needed to know where they were manufactured, they needed to know the materials, and they needed to know the sizing. I found that strange, but they needed to know a little bit more information at customs. So at the border, so in order for the products to go. So they were a little bit delayed at customs for a bit. But once that first shipment went, then the second shipment had the same issue because, of course, it's the same products, just going to a different location. But that went a little faster because the previous shipment kind of went through that process already. You're probably wondering, girl, were you profitable? I was. Now, if we're basing it off of cost of the goods and only cost of the goods and not me paying myself, yes, I was definitely profitable. So I'm very grateful for that. And everything's being paid in USD. We love that. If you're Canadian, you get it. You know, you understand. So that's going to be huge, which is great. But I'm not going to lie, 15% commission from Faire, unless you use your direct link, of course. Like, they didn't use a direct link, like they found me through Faire. So 15% commission on top of products that, of course, are already discounted because they are being purchased at wholesale cost is a little painful. It's a lot painful. Let's be honest here. It's painful. It's not a nice feeling. So I'm going to stay on Faire, but I'm definitely going to be focusing on sharing my direct link more. But then I'm a little confused about that because if they're already on Faire and they have an account and you send them the direct link, do you still get 0% commission? I don't know. I'm still learning in that regard. I have been on Faire technically for a couple years, but I haven't really used it much. So I still feel like a newbie. But yes, I was profitable. So what's next? The plans are to stay on Faire, to do more wholesale orders in general. So whether it's on Faire through my website, to order more products because this huge order was able to give me the funds to be able to order more products, replenish the things that are out of stock, of course. New dolls are coming, new products are coming that are still related to the dolls, but not necessarily dolls. So I'm excited about that. And that's all I got. I'm still trying to figure things out. I've been in this business now for over 5 years. I've been doing wholesale throughout, scattered here and there, but I don't really have a strategy yet. So I need to figure out what that strategy is going to be. And then from there, we'll flourish. We'll do all the things. We'll get it done. I'm looking forward to 2025. And I'm looking forward to posting more because your girl's been gone for a while. But that's okay. We're back. We're back.